You know what? I am gonna start now because you have just said something so uncool and rude. Me! I was bloody doing something. Refilling my drink bottle because it was empty. Watch yourself, buddy! Hey! Wow, that's uncool. That is so unkind. Wow. Hope you guys are having a good one, outside of the one who said for me to dehydrate myself. That's what I said, buddy. No take backs. Today's stream, we're doing work, and then maybe gaming. But I'm tired, because I have to wake up early and go to work. So, probably 9:30 again. Boring. I got assessments due. One Monday, one Wednesday, Friday. Then I'm sending another one on Wednesday, so oh well. Penis. Busy schedule. You know how it be. And I gotta get my bloody car warranty fitness. Oh my gosh. Next week as well, which will be great. I just realised I scheduled to get my car warranty fitness same day as my bloody assessment was due. Probably not the greatest idea on my side, but hopefully it's done quick. Anywho, that's my animation, so I'm not too bothered, I don't think. I think my animation's, for the most part, pretty good. Thus far. Anyway, I wanted to be doing visual effects, so that's probably going to be my goal schmoll there. But I don't know how much, so I'm going to see if you guys can recommend some stuff for me to do to it, but anywho. The issue, sorry, I'm just 4:45. Sorry. Just making some edits lastly to my animation. Seems like a lot of people have been running into some issues, so oh well. Including me. Having more issues with this bloody program. Who's surprised? Different work. Interesting. Spill, I want to hear not. I had an issue where my. I can tell you others. I can tell you mine as well. So you want to have. You mean you know this, right, Amy? Your first frame be like your natural state, right? Like your natural pose, base pose. As you can see, my fingers are a little bit different. Now you may be wondering, Toby, why is that? Huh. Wow. Funny. Sorry, I didn't make it in time. I don't know what I pressed on. Jesus, that didn't feel good. My hand jumped because I usually try to mute before that happens, but no, I fucking pressed as I was dragging. Didn't make it. Maybe fucked something. I'm not too sure. Should be fine. We'll find out. Anyway, as you can see, slightly different. You may be wondering, what is it slightly different? Well, good question. Long story short, my default pose is a little fucked. basically, like multiple occasions now, so this shouldn't be a surprise to you, it's decided to reset itself. Whoa! Why would that happen? Fuck would I know, dude. This program just sucks. So, yeah. It reset, and I've just been having to manually fucking move this shit. And go, oh no, this is what it's meant to look like. When that's not the case, but oh well. Ultimately, I can reset it. So maybe wondering, yeah, it is really bad. The issue is, if I reset it, I'll show you. Or, this is what happened when I reset it last time. Let's say I want to reset it. Okay. So I can probably just do it like this. Right click, alt right click. Yes, you have to do alt right click just to reset transformations to rotation to 0. My issue aligns. Now bear in mind, plenty of keyframes here. It's not like I'm running into an issue with the keyframes. Now when I go... Don't tell me, you son of a bitch. You're kidding me. No way. Does it actually work? No way. Hold on. I'm saving before something changes. Last time, I should mention then, last time I did that, it didn't remove the keyframes, it reverted the keyframes. From this, all keyframes were like this. They were all palm open. I'm like, I'm not fucking re-keyframing. I'd rather just manually place the shit. But no, it wants to work this time. You could argue, you know, could complain about it. My response? I don't care, buddy. If it's working now, I don't care. But no, lots of issues. Stuff like, play it. I can play it, but still need some work. I'm just filling some details. The issue is I've been doing some details and I have to revert to previous save because the program sucks. I'll probably change it to standard actually. Idle 1, idle 2, that was activate at the start. Fidget. Shooting. Full auto. Reload. Deactivate. And then, which is technically not true because, well, it is true, but I start at 10 frames. Thank you, thank you. So I'm putting in some work. I did animate this. What I've been focusing right now on is animating this little clip here. So you'll see some instances, you won't really notice it unless you're looking for it. You may be wondering, why are you still animating it then, Toby? Because if the teacher notices it, I'll probably get plus marks. If he doesn't notice it, I'm going to be disappointed because he should have fucking looked at it more. But, well, he'd better see it because I have a fucking bone for it. So it'd be a waste of my time, you know, rigging it and then not using the bone. The only bone that I'm not using that is rigged, well, technically, is this, which is the flash. And that's just a point for where the flash can come out of. So it's just a point for me to utilize. Outside of that, you know, I have a mag. I have one for my, you know, shooting. What else do I have? I've just got a standard one that I can use for moving, my route. And then last but not least, excluding that, of course, I already have that. Last but not least, I have this, which is changing the fire modes. But no, that's what I've been working on there. So I did animate this, and then I removed it because of said issue that I literally just brought up. My shit was fucked. And I got this, you can see it comes up, flips up, gives a little wobble, flips over, comes back. The issue is the where it rotates from is a little bit fucked. So yes, it rotates weirdly. Do I give a shit? No. Okay, because it's moving quick enough to the point where you barely even notice. Look, little jiggle, flips upside down, comes back, and then when I fire there, you can sort of see. You can see. Comes back with a little jiggle. I haven't animated it for this though. Should be easy. I mean, I could animate it now if I really wanted to. Oopsies. The fucking control scheme for this program kind of sucks though. What did you send me, Amy? In black screen, I'm not playing the audio because I don't want to play anything and then you go, don't play this. Water bottle sounds like me. This is gonna be bullshit. It sounds like somebody taking a fucking fart. Literally not me. I pride myself of being one of the few people who do not fart. This is gonna be a bit weird. No, I don't know. I mean, this is probably gonna look a little weird. What am I supposed to be going for? Full auto 275 to 350. I saw a really good keyboard. I'll tell a story. Should I? Did I tell a story? I found a really good keyboard. Oh, Gamescom, by the way, coming really soon. Super soon. So, there's going to be a lot of stuff. I already know, I think, 3 things? No, 2 things. I know Kingdom Come Deliverance will be there. Maybe not, right? This may not be true. But Kingdom Come's said something about they're going to be releasing the release date soon. Like a day or so ago. This is in a couple of days. Or more like a couple of weeks. And then there was, I think... King, what's it called? King Slayer or something. So, a game that I'm really interested in and I cannot remember the name for the life of me. Slay. Release date. What's it called? Kingmakers, that's the one. I don't know if Kingmakers will have their release date, but I do believe they have a video going on. So it should be good. Oh, right. That was not what I was going to show anyway. I don't know what this is linked to, so we're going to find out. And if I go... Why am I doing this? Dude, I could just find the link. Hell yeah. Keychron. They are releasing a keyboard. And I was tempted to get this with Mate. Well, while he was like, yo, you should totally, you know, we should totally do this. I'm like, I want to. It's about 220 New Zealand, of course. And I would argue it is probably worth it. So bear in mind, first off, you know, wood panels and shit like that, expensive already. You got magnetic switches with customizable actuation points. Right? You can change the actuation point. A lot more control, I believe, over the points where it actually, I don't know. I believe so, but I would hope so. It says, but they didn't record anything. Also, you know, the reset points are so much better. So instead of having to bring it up, you can, it's effectively when you bring it back, it's already resetting itself. Instead of having to fully untrigger it and then re-trigger, which is nice. You can like use the by how much you're pressing down. Yeah, it does. So by how much you're pressing down, you could like trigger it to be doing different commands, or for example, like walking and sprinting and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. You know, wired, wireless as well, Bluetooth and 2.4G. 2.4G is, you know, your usual. That's what I do. My mouse having a receiver. Not this, so my mouse isn't true wireless, but it's receiver. So, well, I mean, it is true wireless, right? Like no wires, but not Bluetooth, for example. Very fast polling rate and shit like that, which is good. Multiple devices. Keystroke prioritization. So when you switch keys, it switches between the ones. So you can like, normally when you use a keyboard, you know, you're pressing one way, you have to deactivate before you go to the next one. This, it's just, you know, you just change the between the activation. Like whoever's the furthest down will be the one that's being activated. So it's much better. Stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, quiet and pleasing, sorry. I mean, it's got a bunch of EVA, acoustic foam, silicone pad, stuff like that. I believe, yeah, pre-lubed as well, which that does sound nice. I don't know what the keys actually sound like. You'd be surprised, Amy. Fancy keyboards do have lubed keys, and you can get them pre-lubed or you lube them yourself. I don't really know what that involves too much, but yeah. Pretty much. Just drop a like shit ton of like lube all over the keyboard. Shit's lubed up. So you can see a bunch of shit as well. I mean, you could say that's great, but most keyboards these days are double shot PBT unless you're buying cheaper ones, so oh well. Stuff like that. Really, just really good shit. Nice RGB as well. Mine's only does white, but I'm not too bothered by just having white. It is hot swappable. Only downside, it seems only hot swappable with Gateron double rail magnetic. Or I'm not too sure if it's only just this, or I believe so, which is kind of the only downside really. But it is Hall effect. Or hot swap them with compatible Hall effect. Okay. So, oh, right. Okay, I misunderstood this. You don't have to swap it with these. I always thought this meant this. It's possible with that, so you can if you want to, but the only thing confused me. So you don't only have to hot swap it with that. Okay, so anything that's Hall effect magnetic, it seems, which is good, but Hall effect magnetic is expensive. Hall effect is really good. The only downside is probably quite a bit more expensive if you want to, you know, replace them. But Hall Effect is good. Hall Effect you can get for controllers, so even though you know how you get stick drift sometimes with controllers, you can get Hall Effect joysticks, and those last a whole lot longer or don't ever get stick drift, so that's really good. So, yeah. Ultimately, looks really, really good. I liked it. The only thing that was real... Like, here's the thing. I got something else I want to buy soon, so I wouldn't I don't know if I would have bought this. The only reason that I'm not going out of my way to purchase this, I think if this was 100% keyboard, I would get it. I would do the deal, like that deal for it. Because the other keyboards that I'm looking at are around a similar price, and this is better. So, I've been looking at those for multiple years now, so oh well. The issue is I sort of need the value of having a full-size keyboard means more to me. So some people are like, oh, just get a 75%. Good for you. Maybe you only need to use it, but for 3D, you know, the keys are important, especially if you use Blender. Numpad is also nice to use. And for games and stuff like that, it's great to use as well. So, yes, you can get around it in Blender, but then you lose other things, right? So, it's kind of like priorities then. So, I'm going to stick with my full-size keyboard. And if this was a full-size, I would probably get it. Issue is not. So, that's pretty much the only reason I'm not going out and buying this. Pretty much. Everything else is, like, perfect to me. I would so get this for everything else outside of that. So, if that 0.0001% chance that Keychron's listening, buddy, hit me up when you guys got a full-size keyboard like that. I'll fucking check that shit out. But that's the issue. These days, it's increasingly hard to find good keyboards that are full-size, because everyone's on this craze of get smaller, 75, 60%, maybe even 80% keyboards. It's smaller. It sometimes even costs more. I mean, who the fuck's... You know, even if it's the same price, you're paying the same price as a full-size keyboard, you're losing keys. The upside, it's smaller, less functionality. And if you're just doing normal shit on your computer, then maybe you don't need shit like, you know, a numpad, right? Or sometimes you don't need all the extra things like arrow keys and your delete, print screen, whatnot, stuff like that. But at the same time, I ain't paying the same price for a fucking worse keyboard. So, it's one of those things. I mean, there's times where I'm just like, oh, I wish I had a smaller keyboard, but ultimately, I need the keys. And they're great. You can fucking hook them up to be, what's it called? You can hook them up to be, what's it called? Key bindable. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Gonna be cyberbullying. You already are, dude. Don't even fucking say nothing. Alright, let's see how this is looking. It's a bit hard to really see what's going on. You can sort of see a little bit of jiggle, so to me it's kind of fine. Right, okay. So we go forward, back. As we bring it down, I'm just gonna swing it one more time. Oh, that's good. Double check. This even looks good, but oh well. I think this should be fine. Oh, I think that was pretty good. Oh, fuck with that. Okay, that's exactly what I'm after. Great. Okay. Should probably good. Sometimes you gotta wonder. Oh shit, is there something on? Was that one time I had my fucking passwords back? Well, I think I was recording, and I had my passwords back behind while I was recording, and it was like I had to go out of my way to fucking edit that video. It was like a fine video, but outside of the fact that I had my fucking passwords there leaking, I'm like, ah, fuck. I have to go in and edit the shit, recompile it and whatnot. Yeah. Well, no, okay. That was technically wrong. It didn't have my password. It had... I was recording a video, it was on Gaia, and it had my Gaia activation code. Now, I think in retrospect, even if that did leak, it was going to be fine, because, yeah, I've had like 3 or 4 different activation codes in the past couple months anyway, because as they've been updating the different versions, there's been new activation codes. I think there was 1 for early access, 2 for the beta, or maybe it was 2 for early access, 1 for beta, and anyway, there's been a new one for full release, so, yeah. Anyway, let's go to here. So, I've done a little... I don't know if I was... Did I ever stream this? I've been doing a little bit of work on this. So, I've got 2 things I'm currently working on. So, I can show you what we're working with. Shoot missiles, explosions. And I've just added some trails there, which look really fucking cool. Boom. So, got these little sparks that fly off, which is really cool. Boom. So cool. I might tone down those sparks, though. So... yeah, it is coming together. I'm just putting in a little bit of time. So I was doing this before. Doing a bit of work. There's quite a bit behind this. It's kind of funny. I don't know how to visual... oh, here we go. So I can sort of show you. So we've got a couple aspects here. I'm just gonna... can I... just gonna move this a little bit closer. Oops. So I've got a little bit of smoke here first. There's my detailed smoke. And then I've got poofy smoke, which is what you kind of see. Just different things, really. Then I got inside embers, which are like these little blasts of... I might change the color. I don't really like the color here. I don't know. Might do that. Bit better. Then I have a flare that runs. I just realized these are particles. These weren't even meant to be particles. What is this? Matte smoke explosion. I must have just... I don't even know what this is. Oh, I remember. I was making this. I think I was talking to you about this, Amy. I made a ball that twists. Is this it? Matte smoke explosion. Yeah, I think I was talking to you about that. Yeah, that's the one. And I think this one, yeah, and that's when I was using Substance Designer. And I used this to clip off part of it. That's why it was important. I don't know why it's not coming up there, but oh well. Oops. And so that was this, and this is just that on there as it breaks up. Oh, no, that's a lie. Is this it? No? Oh, no, this was it. I don't actually know what this is. Maybe this wasn't it, actually. Never mind. I think I was playing around with it. I didn't end up using it. And then we got the embers, which I just did today. And then I got this trail. You can sort of see. So it just, all this does is it just like takes, it samples the position of these and then just places a trail behind it, really. Which is really cool. So all I need to do is change the amount. Which is here. I think I might go like 30 or something. Just because I feel like there's a bit much. Goes... Oh, right. I have it just to only do that single thing. Boom. And I need to reposition this, so... What the fuck? Anyway, I just do think it needs to be sooner. It's the only thing that I know. Do you want to go like a little bit sooner, or is that too soon? Yeah, that's too soon. Okay, we go literally a smidge. I don't know if that was you, Amy, who said that, or somebody else, but... should be better. And then... I need to change the amount that actually goes. I think I need... So I have... This is all cool and all. But I need a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a second flare. And I'll see if I can change the delay. So what happens if I set this to 1? What I'm trying to do is I want it to be delayed. So if this like delays by like a second, let's say boom, boom. Okay, that's perfect. So I have, I think I'll just play like 3 of these. And so we're gonna go first instantaneous, so we're just gonna like 0.3, gonna go like 0.5. Let's go like 100. It's fine. Just go like 250 just as it breaks up. Maybe this will look good. There it goes. Boom. Ah, right. Make sure I'm actually playing the whole thing. Not what I'm after. I think I'm gonna redo this, I think, a little bit. What I'm gonna do is add emitter. What is this gonna look like? Once again, bring you down. Okay. I'm gonna make this bigger and lighter, maybe. Maybe I can go... Oops, Control D. Okay, I should probably wait till I actually have something that looks good. What I'm going to do is I want it to be bigger and brighter. So I think I'm just going to go really dark, set the value to be something like 100 or something. It's probably fine. Lifetime to be like short as fuck. I can probably go like 3. Sprite size. So what if I spawn like 6? Dang. Okay, so I need that. Spawn loop count. Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything that I can find. So I'm just gonna spawn. I'm just gonna do this a couple times. G'day, kiddo dog. How you doing, my dude? So I think I'm just gonna go like. I've already got the original explosion. I'm gonna go like extra explosions. So I sort of want like the one big thing. As they all mostly come, there's a couple extras that come in later, so I go something like this. Maybe one a bit bigger. What am I doing? Doing some visual effects, my dude. I'm gonna set this to be a little bit delayed, like 3. Because the other one just felt like a bit too much. Just gonna go like 0.6. I'll go like maybe like 1. See how this kind of looks. Alright, that's way too big. Then what I want to do... What? Oh, fuck me. 0.8 to maybe like... One to like 0.8, I think. And I think I want this to last maybe like 3, or like 1 there. And I want the speed to be a lot quicker. Spawn. Emitter. Duration. Lifetime, like, oops, 0.1. 0.1. I want them to be like quick. And I want the shit. Can I go like shape, location? May or may not work. Let's give it a look. Just gonna like 1.2, I think. 1.3 maybe. Something like that, maybe. Let's give it a look. Fires rockets. The issue is I need the Poofy smoke to last a lot longer, so that should be it. Set it to last a lot longer. What are we thinking? No, there's a way to... Okay, hold on. Spare explosions. Start a little bit too slow. I think I can go like 0.2. I think I can keep them all within like 1.2 seconds. 0.4. Fuck me. 0.4. 0.6. And like maybe like 0.8. Because it's just like behind. Let's give it a save. See, if this was like something like Ember June, sure, not too bad. It's a little bit harder. I think that's a bit better. Could be crazy. I want to extend, yeah. longer. It's so weird that it fucking does that. Okay, that's like perfect. Okay. Is there anything that I really want changed? I think I might update these to be a bit bigger. So let me shove this over here. Grab my homing missiles. One. And the missile to be bigger, but I sort of want it to be a little bit different, so I'm not too sure. For now, I'm gonna make these bigger. So I'm gonna make this like, what if I go 25, which is almost double the size. Let's go 50. Small as. Okay. Not big enough. We're gonna do counter into it, so we're gonna go like 500. Because I do not see it. For some reason, I do not see this. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. So we have a sprite renderer. Shape, location, yada yada. Drag. I think I know part of my issue. I don't know if I have any color. So let me add some color, so it'll be under like here. Scale color. Try that. But it should already have default color. Should have there. This, I'm gonna go like pink. Gonna make it super bright. Should. Well, the issue I'm running into is that I can't seem to find it. I can't seem to find it. Alternative that it's not actually doing anything, which doesn't really matter. The thing to me is if it's not really doing anything, it doesn't really matter because I have everything else working and it follows where they're meant to be anyway. So even if it's not functionally doing anything, doesn't actually matter because it still triggers everything else to follow its thing anyway. No, I do already have color actually. Okay, so I do already have color, so I'm not too sure why that wasn't working. Scale color. I still need to play around with a couple things, but I'm not too sure why that wasn't working. Alternative, we can always increase these scales. So this is like 10. This could be like 500. Now, this isn't increased in size. I'll be fucking questioning shit. Hold on, buddy. I've literally played around with this before, so I'm just a bit bewildered. What about this? I want to talk about it. I was changing the wrong fucking size. That explains a lot. I was changing the wrong ones. That makes sense now. So where this is now 50 will be much bigger. Well, maybe not much, but we'll have to test. Yeah, and you can see it there. I sort of want them to be maybe like a 75. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'm gonna set this. I can probably decrease the size here. I don't know if the other one's saved to because I'm not using it. I can probably set this to be like 50. I feel like due to like the distance we're running, it is a little bit big. So I do want to maybe decrease actually. It's like a 30. Decrease this to 25. Increase the smoke trail. That's much better. Maybe this size as well. I don't know why it's coming out of there. Oh! That's why, sorry. I'll just save and then delete this. Shit. That's looking pretty good. You may be wondering, Toby, why did you have a transformation on your location? Great question. I was trying to figure out how to remove where the... like, remove them from the screen. So I thought transformation worked. I thought visibility would work. Nothing worked, so oh well. Oh well. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to do some more work in the weekend. But you sort of saw a little bit behind what kind of goes into visual effects. Now, bear in mind, I sort of know what I'm doing with this. And this. And I was mostly just updating what already was existing. So, can I do lots of different visual effects and make them up myself? No, but if it's really simple and basic, just like these like particle emitters and shit like that, I can do that. But making it look too fancy is something I can't do. Exactly. Oh, I could do this, which would be kind of funny. I don't want to save this, but I do want to test this. So I want to save. What I'm going to try is, if I increase the age, like range, yeah, of the smoke that trails. See if I can get it to last a lot longer. So I can get it to be like 1 to like 3 seconds. Is that any cool? I think I could work with that actually, but not that. Let's go 25. It's like 2. That's actually pretty good. I might actually keep that. I can always change it back, but it's pretty good. I could also go like this. Hold on. Rail. Control D. And let's revert that to be white. Lifetime maximum to be like... That'd be kind of cool. We can always go something like that, which would be kind of cool. Okay. Might just add a bit more body to it, you know what I mean? You can sort of see it adds a bit more body to it. So yeah, there's those like clouds, but there's also like the line as well, which is kind of cool. I do kind of fuck with that actually. That's a good change. It doesn't really play backwards. Okay, I was cooking there. I'm cooking. Maybe increase the size a bit. Something like that almost. But I don't want to get like getting too far away from it, you know what I mean? So maybe I just decrease it again. Alright, I'm kind of digging that. That's a little bit of visual effects. Yes, I'd rather make visual effects and use visual effects from Django. No, we're not allowed to though. We asked. So, yeah, we're just getting stuff like this. Although I think the teacher only wants relatively primitive stuff, so not too bothered about hyper detailed shit. What the fuck? There's some like weird magnetic shit inside here. I was just shoving a pin down my USB-C port of my earbuds. Maybe wondering why. There was like some like metal shavings or something in there. I don't know what that's from. Possibly from work, because there's lots of metal shavings. And anyway, I was just getting that out, and my fucking thing was getting caught. I'm like, huh, a little weird. A little goofo. Hold on, let me cook. Somebody's asking about centering pivots and shit like that in 3ds Max. Here's the thing, 3ds Max sucks as a program. Thinking that it's worth using in today's day and age is, like, stupid. Like, you're dumb. You're dumb. Wasn't there like a... Let's just say... I don't know, some people are like... Man, we should use it. My ass. You're not as dumb as fucking 3DS. Well, you're not dumb, Amy, in the first place. That'd probably be the better way of explaining it. Oops. Oh, shit. Don't leak shit. Okay, then. Somebody's asking about how to reset the pivot and shit for something, and I'm just like... Ideal situation? Not using fucking thing. Well, I just said he should probably restart. Basically, he fucked up when trying to rig, and doing the cat setup, he kind of fucked up, and then is now relying on trying to rig using default max shit, but using default max stuff to do. So... what to play? What to play? My fucking lips have been a bit shit this winter. I've never had weird lips, but this winter's just been terrible. How was your day today, Amy? Is it right? What did you get up to? was just doing some self-directed study. That's still on your Godzilla kind of animation thing that you're planning, correct? Sorry, no, that was the other self-directed project. Your self-directed study. Oh, you see, we're actually still doing that though. How's that coming along? What do you have to? What? How far through of that year? Learning about shapes, forms, and creature. Oh, creature can take. Right. What? Still researching. Oh, okay, when's it due? So drafted during week 8, polished in another. Jeez, you got ages for that one. That's pretty good. Should hopefully have a pretty solid animation for that and project. Look forward to seeing how that ends up going. Hope so, yeah. What about your group project? Any progress? I did have Big T messaging me about something that really hurt me inside. So. Don't want to talk about that. Fair game, really. But take that as not too good. Hurts me too. All I remember was she was messaging me about cloth simulations and was like, oh, cloth simulations. Please tell me you're using that for a static object. No, it turns out it was meant to be for clothes. I'm like, oh. I wouldn't do cloth simulations unless you're doing like actual TV or movie project. I wouldn't fuck with it. One, it's just not worth it for multiple reasons. One, you could either bake it or you can cache it. You bake it, it's going to be running real time, gonna tank your FPS when rendering. Option 2, cache it, great, sucks up a heap of storage, like a heap, and volatile to fuck over, right, if something goes wrong. And you can't change it once it's cached. So, well, you can, but you have to completely recache it again, so you're a little bit fucked. So it's just a complete pain. And then on top of that, you have to have a heap of topology to get it to work and look decent enough, so it's just not worth it. But I fucking wish they made the fucking script before I finished reading the character, so I could have weighted it with the skin. Oh, honestly. That's a good point. I don't know why that wasn't done then. Well, honestly, to be honest, I thought they just weren't going to be wearing any clothes. That was what I was... that's what I was thinking. But no, you wouldn't generally do the clothing after the case. The alternative that I said was hop into... Yeah. Was hopping into... I don't know why the decision was made to not... to do the skirt after. But anyway, my alternative was bring it into Marmoset. I think you can bake pretty well in Marmoset. And that would be the only instance that I could think would be like maybe usable, because I think Marmoset's not bad for that. Wait, did I say Marmoset? Marvelous Designer, sorry. Oh, I know what you mean. That's like the whole gorgeous situation. Yeah. Oh, I'm just thinking about what I want to play. It's 9 o'clock now. Do I want to start Chrono Trigger? Not particularly. I want like a minute to play that. More than like 30 minutes, which isn't long. And then a lot of these other games are a decent length. So oh, buddy. What are we listening to? My fucking loop decided to turn itself off. I don't know why. And I get distracted, so there's like background music, so I'm not really paying attention to what's playing in the background. It was possibly playing copyright. All I know is it's playing this fucking sneaky game. Disheartened or something? I can't remember. Either way, I think that's fine, but I don't know what else was playing and if anything else was playing. And if anything else was playing, I'm fucked. Just trying to get this team to have something to submit. Honestly, the project is a bit of a mess, but I have started on blocking animations. Oh, okay, that's a good start. It does sound like a bit of a mess. What's ultimately going wrong, do you think? Is it just shit's taking so much longer than it needs to be? Or like... Well, I gotta be honest, not meaning in the bad sense, I'm not trying to bring it into fucking frustrate you or anything. Oh, clueless. Yeah, does seem to be the case. Bit of that, as well as like, I think I remember, sort of similar to what I was telling you about last year about your that VR project that you're doing. Yeah, you really got to have a really solid, like, this needs to be done by then, and then this needs to be done in your organization of when things need to be done. I mean, you're not the team leader, right? So this isn't up to you, right? But your team lead needs to have a solid idea of when everything has to be due, when by, and to what standard. I think the issue that you guys are running into especially is, on top of like, one, everything should be plotted out. I mean, you guys did the old, what's it called? The storyboards and stuff, and that should be, after these storyboards, I feel like everything should be sort of set in stone. And yeah, you can change things later on, but everything for the most part should be set in stone to the point where if you were to change something, you shouldn't really be changing it until everything's mostly done. Unless it was like a major thing. It talks about this, but this shit is so floaty. Yeah, I think Big T kind of needs to just go, okay, we need this shit, and it needs to be done, and then we can make changes later if that's what we're after, but for the most part, everything needs to be done. Because, like, what? You have one person that was doing 3D models, which are coming out painful. You guys could just be doing blocked models for now. Like, I wouldn't even worry about actual models outside of, like, your major stuff that you need. Like, that maybe the character's interacting with, and it should really just be blocked models, blocked animation, so you just get the models in, you get the animations done, and then, like, Big T does whatever else needs doing, and then you reiterate. You start working on splining, or in-betweens and shit, and then the models get a secondary pass, then maybe a third pass, and then final thing, you guys start focusing on, like, lighting, textures, camera work, and shit like that. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm just shaking, crying in the corner, wondering what's the main objective. Yeah, it's just not good. All good. I think. I don't think the the whole situation's going particularly great. I think it also is a bit worrying, like, how much time you guys got left, and if you're going to be done in time. I think, in theory, depending, I mean, shit should be doable in time, and, like, stuff like that, but from an outsider's perspective, there's a lot of things that seem to be just taking a lot longer than they really should be and needing to take. To get coordinated. Get a coordinated team, you know. It's a little bit painful, but I do feel like... I mean, here's the thing. I don't think at MDS... Yes, I'm leaking my skill. We particularly get even taught things. I'm just more surprised about the fact that nobody's really picked up. Like, we never really went too much into organization when things need to be done, right? Ourselves. But here's the thing. We're always... Yeah. Now I got what you're meaning. But it's something that, like, as you go on, you're just like, well, listen, I've been, making games for... This is my second year now. We've got a week to make a game. I kind of know how long everything needs to be done by. We need to have a game loop by the first week. So the second week we can iterate and add more to it. Now, with our current the last game that we're working on, we didn't get the game loop done till Tuesday. That was a mistake. I wasn't the team leader, nor am I blaming Ruben, who was the team leader, for that. It wasn't his fault at all. There was a lot of issues, and it was a lot harder on the coders, and the two of the coders were kind of like hit or miss for a lot of the stuff, and so we're kind of relying on a single coder, and it was just a bit of a shit show. So that was that. But stuff like that, we just kind of, at least we're kind of like sitting there and learning what is a plus and what's not working and how to improve it. But honestly, like, you keep as you mentioned some things, I'm just like surprised how like some people just don't really seem to have like an idea on how long things are going to take, and it gets really a bit tricky even for me. Like, when you guys leave, how many of you guys will have like a solid idea on how long it takes, to do an animation, how long it takes to... Because I feel like you have a pretty solid understanding. I mean, potentially could have a better understanding. I don't know exactly because I can't read your mind. But you seem to have a fairly solid understanding, like, because you do quite a lot of animations outside of course as well. Whether that used to even be 2D to sometimes 3D and stuff like that. But I do feel like there's a lot of people out there that seem to not have that much of an idea on how long things take. And stuff like this, where it's like, what's your priorities? You gotta prioritize, and then you gotta get shit done. I don't know if there's any help, but I'll show you something. I don't know if there's gonna be any help. Sorry, let me bring this up. So, what we do is we have like whole as documents. So, for example, here. Sorry, let me just make sure that there's no... Sorry. Just covering up a name. Just because it leaked somebody that I didn't want to leak their name of. So we sometimes do two things, and I'd recommend... I mean, it's probably no point at this point, but something that would probably be worthwhile would be something like this, where one, you have like a group document of like... This changed, I think, but... Anyway, you just point down who needs to do what. So we have like coders and we have artists. What the artists need to do. What is this? This is Hotline. Somebody else must have been playing this out. I never saw this the whole time that we were doing this document. But here you can sort of see like what people are doing. So it's like artists have the role. There's not much artist stuff because I don't think any artist knew that this existed. But you're seeing like artists. What do the artists need to do? You're plotting stuff down. You can plot down times that it should... One, predicted time to take. This isn't a very good example. This is just like a group document. This is an example of like what I did for my last game. So this was my prototype. I was doing this throughout the week. I've got stuff like what I'm currently working on, the plotted times that I think it's going to take for me to do stuff. You should also be doing like dates. Effective, sort of similar to the whole Trello board. This is not because we're not necessarily expected to do the whole Trello board, so this is a little bit different. This is more after the case, how long we think it's going to take for us to do a task and how long it took. And this is all like seeing how much we're kind of doing and inputting. But you could probably do something similar to this where it's like you have a document of like what everything needs doing, and it's sort of like Trello where it's like, I need these models, I need this animation, I need this scene builder, I need these lights set up and stuff like that. And then you go, you know, date that it's due, how long you think it's probably going to take, stuff like that. Assign them to people. I don't think you should be doing this. I always think team leads should be doing this. So I don't think I'm meaning this in the sense of this is something that you need to do. And if this doesn't interest you, I wouldn't recommend doing it anyway. But this was something that I always say it's like a team lead. This should be important. And if you're not doing this, yeah, maybe. It may be worth it as well, because then you're just like, okay, listen, I said that this needed to be due by, you know, the 20th of August. It's not due. Should I hold off and continue working on the next animation and then go back to it? Or, you know, should I just get that one done and then move to the next one? What's priorities and how much time we have remaining? Because maybe you're not going to have enough time to finish it. Oopsies, let me just Control Z what I did. Stuff like this. And yeah, then it's just like your organization is going to be so much better. So instead of like, in this one, as a team lead, you should be putting this down for everybody, or if not everybody, everybody else should be contributing to what needs to be done and writing their own things of like, hey, we got to do this as well. And then this way you can sort of see, so for my old projects, I can show you an example of an older one. We did, I think this would be maybe better. Recent. And probably go like this. This doesn't have really any names that I need to worry about. So we did this, for example, like what's doing, who's working on what and stuff like that. Is it completed, stuff like that. Are people working on it or not working on it, stuff like that. Just that it's just like, you know what everyone's doing. Everyone also knows what everyone's doing. Nobody's overlapping work. You can kind of work, like this way you could even work without even communicating, because you can sort of see what needs to be doing next and you just decide, okay, well, I'm just going to get this done next. I ain't saying that you need to do that. I ain't saying it will help you. And I also don't think that you should be doing that in the sense of it shouldn't be your job. I always think that it should be the team lead, and it's up to the team lead. And if your team doesn't know what they're doing, it's probably because the team lead's not really explaining it. Like we're using Monday.com. Never heard of that, actually. Monday.com, but I don't like using it. Monday.com. Monday.com. No, okay. So I guess it's just similar to Trello, I guess, in that sense. To be honest, something that would be worthwhile would be looking into stuff like, I don't know many of them off by heart, I bet. But stuff like, what's it called? Working, slots. So you have stuff like Agile, you have Scrum, and a couple of the methods of like how you work. And just trying to find a way, if you can't, if your team lead doesn't have something, you always go, hey, you know, we should probably follow this. So I think, what is it, like, Agile is, you work in sprints, I believe. Why is it not going into this? I can't quite remember. So it's like you do sprints, you're just like, we need something and it needs to be done by this, and then the next sprint we do more, and it's like you plan for each sprint, and then at the end of a sprint, so you set a date for when this sprint needs to be done, and by the end of that you look at what's been done. Are you working at a good speed? Are you working at a bad speed? Stuff like that. We kind of do each sprint is like each day that we meet up, especially in these current ones because they take too long. And then you got like Scrum. methodology. I don't know the difference between Scrum. Let's go Scrum versus Agile. Oh, and then there's Kanban. Agile versus Kanban. I don't know waterfall. Kanban. I have done these back at high school. And these were kind of helpful. Agile versus... Well, I don't know the difference, but something interesting. Okay, so waterfall is like similar to what you guys are doing, I think. So it's like once you finish one task, you move to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So yeah, distinct phases rather than simultaneous work. You must complete each stage before the next stage can begin. Yeah, which is what you guys seem to be doing all the time. Sorry, let me check your message. Mirror is better than this. I keep telling them Mirror is better. Really? Can't even get in the chat with that. Really? Just use Trello and Mirror at that point. Jesus, that's terrible. That's really bad. It's fucking paid. So waterfall, I think, is like what you guys use, and that's kind of the thing that if you waterfall is probably a decent technique, but it seems to be one that a lot of people do when they have no clue what they're kind of doing. Tyler's done for. So she's setting it up as paid, can't even use it anymore. Oh my god. A bit of a waste of time then. Because it's kind of like you don't know what you're working on next, so waterfall's just once you're done with something, you move to the next task. Which I guess is sort of what you guys are doing, right? Agile. Fucking taking it into my own hands. Honestly, I think so. Agile methodology is often used in software development. Is self-organized, cross-functional approach to completing work. While you might hear it, yada yada. Still functional, yada yada. We were trying. Oh, you were legitimately trying to do something. Then there's Kanban. It's more accurately specified as an agile methodology. Kanban namesake. Boards visualize the team's workflow. The board is split into categories of work to be done, work in progress, and work completed. Teams can add more categories, but teachers taught it terribly. Oh, really? And it is Scrum. And I believe Agile is just your work in sprints. You need shit to be done by a specific time, and then you move to the next shit. And once the sprint's done, you review what you've done and see what you think and if anything needs changing. Oh yeah, Scrum uses sprints as well, which is part of the Agile shit then. These sprints are planned in advance, executed, then reviewed at the end of the 2-week period. So yeah, just constantly working. It doesn't need to be 2 weeks, but that's kind of the example anyway. Hold a meeting each day of the sprint. During this time, contributors discuss any potential roadblocks here. So I think Scrum's pretty good. What we personally use is we use a mix between Scrum and Kanban. So it's like, at the start of a meeting, we like plot things that need to be done. Or I also have my own kind of thing in my head, and then we sort of do sprints of we just need to get shit done. And at the start of each meetup, we just go talk what have we done, where are we at, and then what needs to be done. And then I run through Kanban type of. We don't. I think for this we don't have Kanban because it's too long to set up a fucking document and keep writing shit when your team leader, myself, or who else is team leading can just fucking have what's in their head. At the start of each lesson, just go, yo, we need these done. You know, if you need any help, you're done. Tell me and I'll give you the next job. Which kind of works. So I think these are usually good. I'm surprised you guys were just like getting shit on. The downside I find to Kanban, which seems to be stuff that we've run into, is when you put in a bunch of tasks that need doing, and then everyone decides to pick the easy tasks, and then maybe the easy tasks weren't, one, as necessary, and two, sometimes you run out, like, the order gets fucked over because, like, you need an order to things. So it's stuff like, pop off, organize my shit, kind of sick of the ones we have. Nah, that's all good. You have a good one, Chief. Thanks for popping by, and I hope that goes well. Flick me a message if you need any help organizing that, and I will assist you. Otherwise, you have a good one, and thanks for popping by, Chief. I hope that goes well. It does sound incredibly frustrating. Thank you. You have a good one, Chief. Man. What do we do for the remaining 10 minutes? I'll do a look through of something. Now, I do gotta be careful, but I think I should be fine. I'm just not gonna play any audio from it. So I don't know if the audio is safe or not. There's something that I'm looking forward to. This is Black Myth Wukong final trailer. First and foremost, I hope this is in-engine, not, like, you know what I mean? Not, like, this is, like, real-time rendering, like, in-engine footage. Not like, what's it called? Like, sequence shit that's, like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that's the quality that we can expect, because it's gonna look fucking sick. Pre-rendered, that's the word that I'm looking for, pre-rendered. Looks sick, though. I'm guessing, I've looked through this a little bit, I'm hoping there's, like, a bunch of different, like, fucking, what's the word? Like, biomes and shit, because it's gonna look sick. If so. So now there's a forest, so I'm hoping that's the case. So cool. I did think the little wiggle on these was a little bit weird. I'm not too sure what that was up with, but fucking insane quality. This looks sick. I love the snow dusting that they have to all this. Shit's so cool. Kind of makes me want to make some like terrains as well. Trees look amazing as well. So there's Wukong himself. The hair as well looks insane. That's why I'm not too sure whether this is pre-rendered. One, everything looks insane quality. Two, getting good looking hair in games is like fucking impossible because people always use like TAA and shit like that. It looks ass. So I'm not too sure if this is pre-rendered or not. I don't think it says anywhere. But this is in-game, I believe. So, it looks sick. But there's like a bunch of different forms that you can use. Which I'm not too aware on the whole Wukong stuff. On like, I believe you can take different forms, so I'm not too sure if this is this, or like you're playing like literal different characters. These look fucking sick. Bunch of enemies. So, from what I understand, this is more like a like God of War sort of design compared to like a Souls-like. So to me, it does have that like Souls-like feel, but I believe it's more like story-based, kind of like pumping through those sorts of things instead of like super hard, you know, just trying to survive against bosses all the time. Although there are a lot of bosses and stuff, which is really cool, but it's not like one of those where it's just like you constantly just... The aim of the game is just not die a trillion times. Quality is just sick to all this. So I'm really hoping... So this comes out on the 20th, which is really, really close. I want to know what, like, the texture resolution, because look at this, like, this is insane. Like, that's fairly standard, I'd say. You can see, like, face, maybe like one or two faces there. You can see like the edges there. This is just insane. Though you can see a little bit of hair like popping through. It does look good. Like there are literal strands, or maybe there's like an alpha card. Just you can see like maybe just card going there and another card going there. It looks sick though, the resolution of those textures. Oh yeah, no, you can see the the issue. I believe that this is like an FSR issue. FSR often has these sorts of issues. I did see this a couple of times, which is a little bit frustrating. Is it FSR? Yeah. The upscaler. DLSS usually doesn't have that issue. His hair looks so much better though. In that sense, I'm not too sure. Hold on, I gotta send that to Amy. I know she's gone, unfortunately. You can see a little bit of warping there. So I believe that this is maybe using FSR or Intel's XeSS or whatever it's called. Because a lot of these issues you see there, like this, you can see the ears, there's a little bit of just like warpage and shit. This is often a case that you see with like FSR and whatnot. Not DLSS, which I do believe, like, they stay on their thing. Black Myth Wukong. Oh, there's a literal date for, what is it called, the other thing? Black Ops. But yeah, this is tested and stuff using DLSS, FSR, XeSS. So, I haven't seen this really that much with DLSS. I think it's usually pretty good. So, I do feel like that might be using FSR, which doesn't really make sense. This looks fucking weird as shit though. It's pretty sick. Visual effects on this is also fucking insane. But I hope that's not like, you know, you can only heal once you like kill enemies or something like that. The actions and shit just look insane. Some insane big guys as well. It's a massive, what is that, like Jorman fucking manga or whatever his name is. Not. But some like turtle shit. Jeez, some of these guys are kinda funny. Oh no, but there's a lot of stuff that just looks real sick. Black Myth Wukong. Fucking sick though. I don't know if anybody else has commented. It just looks so sick. It's been 4 years since the trailer. When did I add it? Can't have been 4 years ago. No, it definitely hasn't been. When did I add it? I added it 1 year ago. Has it really been 4 years? Maybe not in like Western places. I do believe this is all Chinese and stuff. I mean, Wukong is a Chinese character, so I'd assume so, but... Oh, good. Color me. Oh, no, that's technically wrong. I do think I did see some of this, but 4 years ago? I'm not too sure. Although, I do think it was potentially just not on Steam when it originally... Because I'm pretty sure I've seen some of these things, but it just wasn't on Steam. I see you have a form and it only lasts a specific amount of time. That's sick. Where are we? What other comments do we have? Something about Buddha. Yeah, reading Monkey King. Shit's so cool. I don't know. I want to get it. The only issue is it's expensive. Now, yes, it is the same pricing as like a lot of other stuff. Like AAA stuff. So, you know, fair game in that sense, right? But, wow, that's a lot. But it does look really, really cool. But I think this is going to be one of these games that I'm just going to wait until release, see how it goes. If it really lives up to it, I might purchase it sooner than later. I think I do still want to get this regardless, but I'm just not too sure whether I want to get it. Pull the trigger too soon or wait for it to drop down a little bit. So outside the circle, sweet baby. Here. Oh yeah. That's cool. I don't know. Black Myth Wukong looks so cool. I'd highly recommend checking it out. I mean, you know, at least add it to your wishlist. What can go wrong? I'm adding it to your wishlist. What else have they worked on? Art of War Red Tides. I mean, mostly Polygiv's pretty good. This is a much further out game, so... I mean, I just don't really see how they go from, like, this to that, especially with a free game with only 6,000 reviews. But early access, really? Still. Shit's been 8 years. They shut down. But I'm not too sure. Maybe they got money from the government or something. There's a lot of places like that give money from the government. I think Kingdom Come maybe got money from the government. Kingdom Come, Deliverance here. I think a bit of money, and like I think some city PR stuff as well gets a bit of money from the government to make their shit. Just because they know that there's a heap of money coming from that. So I don't know. Maybe that's why. I just don't know where the money's coming from. You know, because it's a fucking insane looking game. They're just cooking. But no, thank you guys for watching. That was 10 minutes out of a 4-minute video. Just wanted to break it down, give my thoughts. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. A couple other things I'm looking forward to, but for the most part, that's about that. Don't think I'm going to be uploading any videos or doing too much crazy stuff for the next while. I think maybe once I finish all my prototype games, I sort of want to maybe do something on that, maybe. I at least want to make a post on Twitter talking about that, and maybe I might make a video going over those games, what we made, and my thoughts on them, what I think went well, what I think went bad. I think that could be beneficial, so maybe make a video just talking about that. And then and that, you know, gets my games around. So if anybody that watches me is interested in what I make, that'd be a great way to get a couple more downloads and views and a bit of recognition out there and stuff, and maybe that inspires some other people to make games. So that'll be pretty interesting, and then I'll have another 8 weeks, right, making, you know, improving some of the stuff. And right now we've done 2 out of the 4 games, so we're about halfway through. It's coming together. We've got 1 game that I think we could extend. The other game, we'd probably want to remake it from the ground up for the most part, if we do want to do that, which is our latest game, Hotline. Just because there were just some issues at the start that I think will just keep getting pushed down the road. Because when you got a week to make something, right, you kind of have to just get shit done any way possible. And so, maybe worthwhile just doing that. But I think the next 2 games that we're going to be doing, we'll be able to best utilize. And I'm probably going to be team lead again. So, I think I should hopefully be able to do pretty good job at pushing everybody to create the best games that we can. So, unless somebody else wants to be team lead. I just decided I would not be team lead for that last one. I mean, I was never explicitly the team lead, but I was kind of the team lead. I was kind of like, you know, we didn't have a sit down and go, Toby, you're the team leader, but I kind of just directed everything for the most part, because I always feel like you always need somebody directing. If you don't, you're at a major disadvantage. Nobody else was looking at doing it, and so I thought I'd just take a break, see if somebody else wants to do it, only because I don't want to be forcing everybody to, you know, be under me in that sense. Like, I don't, if somebody wants to be a team lead, and I coincidentally a team lead because, you know, people have been, you know, I've been team lead in the past, and then somebody else wants to be team lead, I don't want them to be out of the opportunity of being team lead. So I just figured, okay, well, I won't really push too hard that time, and we can let somebody else kind of mold themselves into the gap. But seems like nobody was really taking things. And I don't mind being team lead. I think on one side, I like being team lead because if we are doing bad, it's kind of on me. Which I don't really like things being on me, but in the sense of I have kind of control, and when I feel like I'm under control with things, I am ending. Yeah, just doing some chatting before I end. But no, when I feel like when I kind of am in control of those sorts of things, it kind of just means I feel a little bit happier and safer. And I know how long things are going to take generally, so I'm pretty good with that sort of shit. Why? Because it's late. It's 9:30. You got work to do, and I'm tired, so yeah. But no, so, that's about that for me, but I just don't want anybody else to feel like they want to be team lead and then forced to fucking deal with me being team lead. So, I thought I'd give the chance. And I also don't like being team lead because you kind of just, like, ride the wave, you know what I mean? Like, shit happens, you're given work, you do the work, and you kind of chillin'. But it is really, really fucking chill, and you only do, like, a small amount of stuff. And then Ruben's kind of found out how much work is kind of required with that when he kind of pulled into the team lead position. Just like, fuck, dude, this shit, like, there's a lot. I don't want to be team leader again. I was like, yeah, it's fair game as well. So, you know, maybe somebody else wants to, but otherwise I'll probably be team leader again. Which I don't mind. I also like it in the sense of it benefits me. When I get into the industry, I can say I've, you know, led teams before with past projects, which is plenty fine to say. Like, I've made multiple games with me being the lead. It's true, actually true. So, it helped me get into a position in the future. But anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Have a good one. I'm gonna end it there. Gonna go to sleep, chill, probably watch some anime, and yo, have a good one. And I probably won't do much in the weekend. I'll just be working on visual effects and other stuff, maybe my animation. So yeah, thank you. Have a good one. And yeah, thank you, Amy and Catadog for popping by. But yeah, catch y'all. See ya.